Hey guys, today we try to create a playable Sonic the Hedgehog game by using Lego and clay.
ClayClaim. Starting point today is our Tetris machine, but we are making some adjustments. We will keep the paper loop and the joystick, but build everything horizontally so that we can run through the level, just like in an original Sonic the Hedgehog game. Our joystick gets a rubber band to create this typical jumping effect that it's pushing back. And then we are adding a little bit more height so that our green hill zone level can fit underneath, and we are switching over to clay. To create the green hills all together, I'm working on this glass pane. Let's see if this was a good choice or not. The hills are made out of caramel brown, and I'm adding this pattern, one line each 2 centimeters, to know where to cut so that we can later glue the whole level onto our paper loop. And hopefully this defragmentation method will work and the level will build up while the paper loop is rolling. Now we bring in some chocolate clay for the pixel effect. When you remember the beautiful level designs of the very first Sonic the Hedgehog games, you recognize this pattern right away. I made a community posting, asked you guys to let me know which game I'm working on, and okay, maybe the glass pane was more like a mistake and not the best choice. So many of you replied by using only emojis. This was the task, and it is hilarious how you guys describe Sonic the Hedgehog. Thanks so much for participating in that tiny experiment. So we're adding the green hills itself. And blending it all together, you can already recognize this typical level design, which I really love. Maybe we make use of this glass crack and just copy the form for our hills. Let's see where it leads us to. So this could be a flying platform. Let's put it right here. And we will add the pixel effects as well, right here. We're almost done. Let's now add some beautiful details like these tiny grass elements, cutting all the level designs in these 2 centimeter stripes so that we can later glue it onto our paper loop and hopefully it will work. Okay, we have some beautiful plants, flowers, and even some palm trees, which I also want to create. The leaves also represent this pixel polygonian style of these old Sonic the Hedgehog games. We're almost done with clay. Let's switch over to clay, friends. This is some Lego pieces. I bought this for one special piece. The bicycle. The bicycle has this beautiful tiny wheel, which we try to implement and use it as the legs for our Sonic. And that Sonic will be able to roll over our level. And look at that. I just needed to show this to you. It's a pink, tiny, or is it neon orange? I have no clue. But we will use this can, this bin, because I just love it. So the bicycle itself will go right here. Yeah, there was no way around. I'm so sorry. This also defines how big or how tiny our tiny Sonic the Hedgehog will be. And we make some adjustments. Obviously, a lot of thinking went into this, how to create the perfect rolling mechanism, but let's clean up first. I think the shovel is actually too thick. Oh, look at that. Now we have a functional tiny shovel. Cleaned up and ready to continue. We make sure that the tip of our tiny stick is not too thick, so that there is plenty of space for the level. Yeah, we had to get rid of this left handle. And this is the magnet, which I also want to include into the stick, so that we can actually collect some items, but we will work later on this. Now that we got rid of the whole handle, we can demonstrate the collecting mechanism. This is magnet paper. And with the strong magnets included in the stick and the Sonic itself, we will be able to collect some rings. Let's now build Sonic the Hedgehog with clay. Don't put clay onto Lego, it will dissolve and react. We are using a wooden stick as our replacement Lego piece. Same diameter, and we are creating the tiny head, and it will later cover the connection piece from Sonic to the stick. After all these years on YouTube creating clay figurines, I can't believe it's the first time I'm actually creating Sonic. With the tiny fists, I'm creating this one in 2D, although it is a 3D model made with clay. But, well, this serves us best when he will jump through the level, which we have created. The ears have this tiny blue outline, which we will add to the head itself as well. And last but not least, we will then work on the legs. They won't be made with clay, we will paint them onto the tiny Lego wheel. And the effect I try to achieve with this is a very fast spinning movement, a very fast running movement. The boots, the red boots, have this motion blur. And look at that! While spinning, we now will add some blue for the legs and adding some tiny details. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to see this all being assembled and seeing the running effect for the very first time. After oven hardening, we can now assemble Sonic. In the back side of Sonic, you may remember there's this wooden stick. I'm just too excited right now. Sorry, guys. We remove the wooden piece, the stick, our replacement piece, and then glue it onto our Lego piece. The connection piece is working. With super glue, we make sure that Sonic is not falling off this wheel, and he is running. Oh, this looks so adorable. Yeah, let's cover up this magnet with just a black piece of cardboard. Just sticking it in. And for the very, very first time, it's working. I'm so happy right now, guys. Now back to the level. Sonic is running, and we will create the background for our level, Green Hill Zone. And this will be our paper loop, where we will glue the clay pieces onto it. Make sure to tidy up from time to time. And with double-sided tape, we can bring all the background elements onto the paper loop. We have the ocean, for example, some hills in the background, and even some rocks in the foreground. The ocean, well, we want to make it vivid, adding just some tiny white stripes and also some shadows for the hills and rocks. And that's actually it for the paper loop. After oven hardening, we can now bring in the clay, just adding some tiny elements and shadows there as well. These are the palm trees, at least the trunks. Later on we will create the leaves for the palms. And these are the first level elements. Just making sure that the paper loop will later roll and run smoothly over the wheels. And then with just one stripe of two-sided tape, we are gluing all the level elements onto our paper loop. Which isn't a loop right now, it's a stripe. From time to time we are checking if Sonic is able to pass through all the level passages and elements which we are creating. The flowers, but also the trunks of the palm trees are thin enough so that Sonic can roll over. But the top of the palm trees have a tiny platform. And onto this platform we will now glue some leaves. And I try to achieve this Polygonian effect for the leaves by just folding them using a ruler to get really hard folding edges. And Sonic is able to climb the trees. Another beautiful sunflower goes right there. And the level is almost finished. Let's see if it fits into our level machine. Well, we need a good name for this machine. Now it's the second video featuring this machine. First time we created Tetris, and now this Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like version 2 of this machine. It's not only printed out rings, it's the magnetic paper on the back side. And it's actually strong enough that the rings will stay in position and await to being collected. And guys, it's the first time playing Green Hill Zone. And Sonic is running! This is so much fun. It's running so smoothly. I can't tell you how happy I am right now. Woo! Most of the rings are collected, not all of them. Which game, which level, what would you like to see next on our machine? Oh! Rescued, and we keep going! To be honest, I haven't expected it to work that well. It was a pleasure. Hit the bell, subscribe, don't miss future videos. Looks like. Have an amazing week, have an amazing weekend, take good care. See you soon, bye.